Please don't blink. I will spend 60 minutes. Show you quickly. It took 4 years, real-time recorded, the complete construction cycle of a high-rise residential building, and 370 to construction steps during the construction process. The first construction process, foundation treatment. The foundation treatment of this, it's a jade tube. Within 500 square meters of the base of the building, no 355 pieces with a diameter of jade tubular 12 meters in length. Fully reinforce the bearing capacity, therefore, it meets the design requirements. The second construction process, foundation pit excavation. Earthwork. It's a crawler backhoe. According to the exclusive construction plan of earthworks, excavation operations should begin at a certain corner of the general excavation principle, the bit finite and extinct. What I see now is to dig out a point first. So, how is the excavated earth handled? And what you're seeing here is a little hook machine digging up there. The big hook machine hooks the fish and soil away from the excavation, then the forklift transports the fish and soil. The excavation has now been completed, which is then in the process of excavation. What are we going to do? What about controlling the bottom elevation of the... As you can see, we have to follow the drawing. Use a level to control the bottom elevation of the foundation. So here's the problem. Can it be excavated to the design elevation at one time? Or should a certain thickness of soil be reserved? What about artificial grass? Now the excavation operation can be carried out from now. At this time, some fans raised questions. How did you dig up the soil and dig out the pillars one by one? Let's scare the chicken pit and find out. These columns are the previous process, constructed jade pipe pile. After hitting the pressure during the advanced about to stop pressing the piles, so there will be piles of different lengths showing the base. Now let's solve another problem. It is whether the foundation pit can be excavated to design elevation. As you can see, a certain thickness of soil should be reserved for earthwork, manual clearance to design elevation, to prevent extra external disturbances during original diagram. The thickness reserved for mechanical excavation is generally 200 to 300. Then the slope coefficient of the foundation, and what is the value of the working surface width? You can discuss it first. I will do a detailed analysis later. The third construction process, cutting head. After the excavation of the foundation, you can cut off the extra bricks. Top elevation of the finished surface, 50 m higher than the bottom of the foundation pit. The higher 50 mm should go deep into the subsequent construction. The fourth construction process, earthwork opening of elevator ridge puddles. And you see those white lines. It's the upper line of the elevator ridge puddle, lower line. So, why did the elevator emergency puddle the earthwork? Don't you dig it in place with the machine pit at one time? This is because they belong to the machine pit of the machine. The bottom elevation should be much lower than the bottom. There are great difficulties in an excavation. And on the elevator shaft, the location requirements of the upper and lower mouth lines of the puddle. During the excavation process, it should be continuously supplemented by artifice to ensure that the upper and lower port lines meet the design. Then the elevator shaft. How is the upper and lower mouth lines of the puddle determined? There are many intellectual points involved. Fans who are interested in learning can go to my homepage. Correlated solution. Elevator emergency puddle opening completed. So there is also the cutting. I won't show them to you one by one here. This pit is the foundation of the future of indoor elevators. The fifth construction process, installation inspection. After the earth excavation and cutting work are completed, the installation test can be carried out. The installed inspection of pipe assembly is divided: rope integrity check, measurement and single loading capacity testing. Number of tests for rope integrity, not less than 20% of the total assembly. Single load, the number of load tests is 1% of the total assembly, and not less than 3. The sixth construction process, elevator emergency puddle air column brick platform. Due to the depth and slope of the pit being too large, therefore, the brick platform membrane is used to shape the foundation. In addition to the function of protecting the slope, the brick platform, it also has a follow-up process. The advantages of creating a working... So, let's have a quick look. The masonry process of brick platform film. Since the temperature in the shooting room has reached exposure to open air operation, so the workers were not wearing helmets. I hope you can understand. If you don't like it, don't. This video is time-consuming. The whole process of 4 years of it took a tremendous effort over the entire 4 years. You can also, I have dedicated half of my youth to this video. I hope you can understand and support. Focus on the construction process. The seventh construction process, brick taimu plastering. So, you know why you plaster the bricks. Oh, is it why the construction process creates the working surface? You can discuss it first. I will do a detailed analysis later. The eighth construction process, foundation pit acceptance. Participants in the inspection tank have supervision and construction. Design survey. The quality supervision department supervising the whole process has actually become the dominant party. The main content of acceptance is determined by the quantity of the size package and the test report of the package, and whether there is a weak afternoon layer. Is there an ancient tomb cave in the oil sands layer? Furui, etc. After passing the acceptance, the next construction process can be carried out. The ninth construction process, pile head treatment of pipe piles. The pile head of the pipe pile should be followed by a 1.2 meter high. Then the concrete is poured within the confines of the steel dragon. Now, the steel dragon can be placed in the pipe pile. Next, let's take a look at the pouring of Juangshen. The core rubber column is made of micro-expanded concrete, so that you can fill the filling hard. Finally meets the design requirements. The 10th construction process, laying sand and gravel road cushions. Then there is already a foundation and why lay gravel road cushions? Next, please ask the blogger to do a detailed analysis. So many fans asked me, what is the function of the sand and gravel cushion? Here it is, we're going to say it again. Our conforming foundation. Meet the three components of the foundation. The first one is the pipe pile that we see here. The second one is us. Soil between piles. They have a force on each other, right? So, what's its final component? It's our sand and gravel cushion. That is, the foundation shape used in the style is full of cloth, so there is no need to reserve steel bar. Go deep into the basics. If it is under the wall cloth, you need to reserve steel bars and valve. Make an effective connection. The 11th construction process, sand and gravel meet cushion. After construction, the concrete cushion can be poured. Before pouring, the base layer should be watered and wetted. Concrete cushion. How many functions does it have? It does two things. A roll. It creates a working surface for our waterproofing. Everyone must remember, waterproof laying creates working surface. The second function. It acts as a transmission. It plays a role in accepting distribution and loading. Cushion during pouring, to be flattened to the design elevation in time and cover the plastic film in time to retain water and moisturize. Then the concrete of the cushion. What is the lowest strength level? The 12th construction step. Remove valve foundation brick membrane. There are two functions of brick membrane. One is for the next waterproofing process. Create working surface. One is a plank for a valve base. Due to the large volume of the valve foundation, concrete pouring. Therefore, the brick platform membrane, to ensure that its rigidity can withstand large pressure measurement of concrete. The height of the brick platform film is the thickness plus waterproof and its protective layer thickness. Remember that the brick tire membrane can be plastered after, and you know what? Why plaster on the brick platform membrane? Why is it in the inner corner of the brick platform? What about the technical measures for circular arc treatment? The 13th construction step. Brick tire grinder, and after plastering is completed, you can base plate. Construction of SYBS waterproof membrane. The first thing to do is to spray the base free. This is made of waterproof membrane, one of the grassroots treatment measures. The next step is to make a waterproof additional layer. Waterproof additional layer when applied to the yin and yang corners of. This is because the yin and yang where the foundation stress is concentrated. So, use additional layers for reinforcement. The width of the sub-mezzanine is 500 mm. The lap length between the subinner layers is 100 mm. The subinner layer adopts full felt method to decrypt and fit the I just showed you the additional layer of the inner corner. Now let's take a look at the claw add-on. After the construction of the waterproof additional layer, you can construct the base plate and waterproof it. The waterproofing of the base plate adopts the empty paving method, but make sure the coil connection is sweaty. And you know what? Why did the base plate waterproof go to the empty shop? After the coil is empty, use a spray gun and a Manhan hot melt chain for the overlapping part of the two coils. So, what you're seeing here is the long side. Lap width is 100 mm. This is short side street. The width of the short side street is 150 mm. This foundation pit adopts 3+ for 2-layer SYBS waterproof. After the construction of the first layer of waterproof membrane is completed, the second floor can be constructed. The 2-layer coil should be built by seam. So now the question everyone cares about is it construction first, 3 mm or 4 mm roll? The 14th construction step pours the concrete protective layer. These are the elevation control points. Each process must remeasure the elevation point to prevent errors from accumulating. The waterproof protective layer is made of fine stone concrete. Its main function is to prevent steel bar binding during irreversible damage to the coil. The 15th construction step. Basic engineering survey positioning defense. You start with the theodolite. Type the relevant axis point. Then you can use the ink bucket to eject the axis. The next thing to do is to pop the axis in turn. Then you can follow the tested axis. Use a large rule. Mark the component points on the drawing on the axis. Next, you can measure the elastic thread at one time. What we're doing here is casting the component lines of Then you need to button the button. The footsteps are marked with red paint. The 16th construction step. The binding of steel bars at the bottom of the spool foundation. Plate bottom steel. The first part to be built is the elevator shaft and pit. So let's enjoy it together. Spool. The entire construction process of the steel bar at the bottom of. If you have any questions, you can discuss and ask questions. I will answer every question carefully. After the elevator emergency puddle bottom steel bar is, you can lay the steel bar at the bottom of the hairstyle foundation plate. Valve-type foundation plate bottom steel bar is often wrapped. Long bars are on the bottom, short bars. This issue has been controversial for a long time. There is a super detailed analysis of this problem on my homepage. Interested fans can go and have a look. Base plate reinforcement is mechanically connected. 50% probability. You can do it next. Laying short like steel. Base plate steel kidnapping complete. The 17th construction process does not include penalty plates. Horse stool steel, also known as steel, its support, one of the most important technical measures. The 18th construction process does not have long supporting steel bar. The support bar is the support valve plate glue, another important technical measure. The 19th construction process does not have a penalty plate area, different from the steel bar at the bottom of the board. The gluten is first laid with short steel bars. After the short-term steel bar is, you can lay out the steel bars. Then you can tie it up. Make sure that each intersection is securely tied. Basic grounding. The 20th construction process foundation is pressed and inserted. The first job to be done, it is to press and hold the positioning line on the side and then mark the mask. Now you know why you spray red paint. Okay, just to improve recognition. So every process is interlocking. After the lead is completed, it can be tied, positioned. Things that require special emphasis. Press and hold. You need to set to solid stems and the spacing between the two solid stems shall not be greater at a stock every 500 millimeters or more. Next, you can perform the injection plug-in operate. Clients are divided into constrained tectonic hold down both components. Constrained edge construction is mainly through fixation, forming a strong restraint on concrete. Resume and bending moment of main resistance to earthquakes. Construct edge dark set based on construct requirements, mainly to ensure a strong resume and overall stability. Next, you can put gujin on the pillar. Then the ancient and modern. Each intersection of the longitudinal steel bars is firm. This is a 39-degree operating environment. Everyone who refuses to submit to life are struggling. Let's pay tribute to the workers. The 21st construction step. Issue basic resume wall component insert. The resume wall component should be inserted into proceed after completion. Different from casting component insertion. Forced insertion must be tied at a certain number of horizontally distributed steel junction. Vertically distributed rebar can now be inserted. Next, let's enjoy it together. The construction process of forcibly inserting. It is important to emphasize here that basement exterior horizontal distribution gold is inside the numeric distribution. That's why the reason for not setting a certain amount of level gold in advance. In addition to that, all SYBS strong steel gold. The level gold is on the outside of several items. The 22nd construction step. Construction basement exterior wall water stop steel plate. Due to the basement exterior, it cannot be formed with the foundation at one time. Therefore, construction joints will inevitably occur. At this time, a 300 mm high guide wall should be set. The construction joint at 300 mm on the top surface of the under construct. A continuous juice steel plate is arranged at the seam. It can effectively avoid the risk of leakage caused by point. And here's the template that you see. It's our 23rd construction step. Direct reflection of the formwork of the that means the wall is 300 mm high. It is to be poured with the valve plate. So, it is necessary to shoot the 300 mm high guide wall. The guide wall formwork should use a 3-stage water stop. Reinforcement completely isolates leakage points. It should be emphasized that the opening direction of the water stop steel plate should face the water. The single welding length of 2 water stop steel plates is 20 mm. Due to the water sealing steel plate and the guide wall formwork belong to so, we did a cross presentation. Is that it is more conducive to understanding the relationship between the So far, mobile resume wall structure. The foundation of the tall building is complete. So, what's next? 24th road construct. Process method slab concrete pouring. The strength grade of normal slab concrete is C30. Pouring with ground pump. French concrete pouring should start from the bottom. So first you pour the elevator shaft ridge puddle. Due to the fluidity characteristics of concrete and elevator shaft, the puddle is too deep, so there will be greater benefits. To avoid elevator shaft ridge puddle mold floating. To press a heavy object on the mold to resist buoyancy. Penalty slab belongs to mass concrete pouring. Layered pouring. Timely collapse and timely temperature control measures. It's that big. How can concrete effectively avoid shrinkage cracks? It's open for discussion. I will seriously participate in it. French concrete pouring completed. Then this time the basic project is perfectly managed. Now let's take a look at our gold insert. That is we need to go up one floor at a time. Do our pillars need to be plugged with gold? And take a look at the walls. We need gold in our walls. Only so we can connect to the superstructure. Right, this is the purpose of our gold insertion. 25th construction step. Pressure welding of electric switch with negative layer holding long. We weld. Reinforce the columns of this layer length, effective connection with the base column, insert gold, and extend a certain length to the upper floor, and that's how it passes through the column. The wall is built layer by layer. After welding the longitudinal steel bars, you can bind and fix the sperm. Solidification must ensure intersection with each longitudinal steel bar. The connection of steel bars has 3 main forms: electric switch, pressure, mechanical connection, lashing. There are many knowledge points about steel bar engineering on the street. Since the total video duration cannot exceed 1 hour, you can't go into too much detail here. On my home, from the details of all construction processes of this, explain each item in detail. All the techniques of the construction parameter. Interested fans can click on the homepage to learn. 26th construction step. Tied to the resume wall inside the wall steel. Resume wall reinforcement must be tied in the holding. Proceed after completion. Since the resume wall reinforcement is a double net away, so the sinister is tied tightly horizontally on one side. Then tied firmly. Then you can kidnap the vertical distribution diameter. Different from the reinforced arrangement of the basement exterior wall, the level of the interior wall of the basement is on the outside, so the other side should be preset vertical for distributed crystal. then distribute tightly horizontally at the lashing. So that's it. Each construction process has a different construction process. Here you see the -1 panoramic picture of wall column steel binding. It's going to be fastened neck. Resume strong vertical and horizontal reinforcement at every intersection. th construction step. Bind and smash resume wall exterior wall. Vertical distributing agent for exterior wall over in the basic insertion stage has been completed. So at this stage, you only need to just put it in. The reason why the word chuan is used, it's because of the strong level of the base. The tendons are inside the vertical, so the horizontal tendons go in. The tie bar can be placed next. The tie bar is usually a plum blossom. Casing of drainage system, to be installed on the basement exterior wall. Construction step. Formwork design of wall pillar construction on negative. Wall pillar formwork. It is the size of the wall pillars according to the drawing. Use mold, wall and column molds that are processed to the corresponding slabs create conditions for subsequent concrete pouring. So, let's have a quick look. Processing of wall pillar form. Make the installation process. The final processing is assembled into the size we want. Template. Make concrete preset on the wall before installation. Used to control the thickness of the concrete protective layer. Build cleansing. Size. Here we go. You can direct the template to the corresponding position. So, what is the basis for the location of the template? It is the edge line of the wall pillar that we set on the side according to the 29th construction step. Set up the inner support system of the formwork. The inner support system of the formwork is used to support the... Let's take a look at the next part of the board, the driving process of the support system in the template. The 30th construction process roof formwork system, internal support system, and when you're done, you can set up the roof template. The first job to be done, that is, there is no wooden square on the support system because the template itself has no rigidity. So, use the steel of the wooden square to support the formwork. Now you can create the template. Then you can fix the template and wooden square. On the template design of quantity components, do 2 more knowledge points. So I did a detailed explanation of it's on my homepage. All the construction processes you want to see are sorted out in detail. The 31st construction process, the negative first floor top beam is the first thing to do is put the full length steel bar of the beam into the course inside the board. The upper part of the wooden square is long gold. Below the wooden square is the lower pass long gold. Next, you can put on the solidification in turn, and the white markers are the spacing point. It is set on the main diameter according to the construction drawings. This is an important basis for binding to solids. Now let's discuss the rust removal of steel bars. Let's go. Norms. Only flakes, but the glass sleeves need to take rust removal measures. Rust after rain does not need to be removed. Then you can kidnap the fixed realm. The intersection of the old well and the steel points also need to be firmly established. 30-second construction process: rubber plate steel bar binding and smashing. The first thing to do is rubber plate bottom steel bar. The rubber plate bottom steel bar should be on the top plate. Mark the steel bars firmly on the board. Each side should be marked with spacing. No matter which construction process should be measured and positioned repeated. Avoid error accumulation. Next, you can lay the rubber sheet bottom, reinforced. Just follow the spacing just marked. In turn. Then place it in the other direction. Then you can tie it up. Also make sure that every intersection point is firmly anchored. After the bottom steel bar is, you can tie the Madden rebar. Madden steel is a technical measure to support gluten. Something to emphasize, after the bottom tendon, water and electricity pre-embedded line pipes due to the extremely complicated process of embed, so take it out and put it alone. The home page has been analyzed in detail. Now let's learn about gluten laying. There are many knowledge points about why bridge plate steel bars. You can talk and ask questions. I will actively respond to every question. After the gluten is laid, you can tie each intersection point firmly. So far, reinforcement work of the beam wall panels on the negative floor and the template project is complete. There are also water and electricity lines and jade vein. The 33rd construction step. Concrete pouring of negative layer bead beam wall slab construction. Many people have a misunderstanding. It's the concrete pouring that builds the wall, separate from the concrete pouring of the two slabs. In fact, most of them are poured in one piece, unless it exceeds a certain size. Requires expert demonstration, except for the tall formwork support system. Let's do a simple forward rewind. This is what our negative floor looked like before construction. So this is what the negative body looks like when it's finished. So I'd like you to go to the top of the negative level. Tell everyone. Learn how floors are built layer by layer. So just now we showed you what it looked like before the construction of our negative first floor, including our current negative layer, after the construction is completed. What are we all connected through? So take a look. We build edges with our constraints. Hold. He's one of our resume wall builders. Then take a look through our resume wall. Reinforce through our resume wall. That is to say, our floors are reinforced through our columns. Layer by layer, right. Then this leakage length, what is it called in our technical terms? It's called a lap. Right, we could also call it stubble. We can only get through. We can get up layer by layer. Right, so let's take a quick look. Main structure. How was it built layer by layer? Construction, constraint, construction, edge press, and hold construction on. Hand layer construction, resume wall construction. Wall pillar formwork system on the first. At the same time, interspersed construction, the 34th construction step, and exterior wall double row protective scaffolding project. To the top of the shooter layer. Tie to the hand top beam. Hand roof reinforcement and hydropower embedding. Hand roof reinforcement project completed. So this time, hand building walls and plate and water and electricity jade barrier. That's how the floor goes up layer by layer. It can be done next. Hand concrete poured. Hand layer wall beam slab pouring concrete. The second floor construction is the standard floor above the second floor. All construction processes, the construction process is the same. And so, we don't have to go through and over again. Let's go directly to the two intersecting processes. The 35th construction process, lifting tower crane operation. It was built layer by layer. The height of the building is also increasing. Tower crane as an important vertical transportation tool. As the floor increases, continuous jacking operation. Here we go. Let's enjoy the lifting process of the tower crane. The 36th construction process, erection of suspended jump angle summer vacation. This is the professor's house, overhang the exterior wall. With the construction progress of the main structure, demolish every 6 floors. Here we go. Let's look at the last layer of the main structure, the capping construction of the main structure of the bar foundation. Top roof steel bar binding operation. At this point we will find wall. The column bars no longer have joints that extend up, because this is the last floor. No need to connect up anymore. Did you notice? We have put on down jackets from short sleeves, no matter after spring. So, my determination to provide you with exciting content never change. Let's enjoy the concrete pouring. Give a close-up shot. The sky suddenly snowed. It's so cold. The coat I'm going to wear will be back soon. What about just, we showed you a little concrete pouring. Pour the walls and beams first. Right. This is our pouring order. Then we will according to our pouring order. Shock him. Shock down in turn. What about our series of courses? It's us recording a floor. The most complete course. So at this point, the construction of the main structure. So let's learn about quadratic structures. 37th construction step. The secondary structure is only tied to the structure. The core of the secondary structure is the wall that divides the space, and the structural can be enhance the integrity and stability of the wall. The structure is mainly composed of longitudinal steel bars, firmware binding different from the main structure. The constructor should first tie and form, then lash and connect with the main structure. Lap length of structural column and jade buried steel bar. Structural columns and buried steel bars, the length of the structure, and solitary gold in the overlapping area. Is encryption required? It's open for discussion. I will actively participate and answer every question carefully. Here we go. Let's enjoy the tying of a construction column together. th construction step, secondary structure diameter. The diameter of the secondary structure can effectively enhance the lacing of gas walls and main structures. The main steps are to punch holes according to the construction. The whole knife blows the protagonist. Then insert the steel bar. Here we go. Let's go learn the 39th construction step. The 39th construction step. That's where the blogger is standing right now. This place is the bathroom. Since the bathroom is a water room, so it needs to be set up in the plastic concrete upper flip. The first thing to do is to create a template, according to the position of the bathroom wall. Formwork with copper wall width and height of 300 mm. And then you can pour the concrete. This is what it looks like after pouring. SYBS, or anti-rock on, it can effectively block moisture from eroding the walls of the bathroom. 40th construction process air column secondary structural wall. Secondary structural aerated concrete air block is used. Aerated concrete gas block is a lightweight porous. Thermal insulation. Good fire performance. Electrically convertible. Kabaohe has a certain seismic capacity. New building materials. Air column aerated concrete air finish mortar is used. It is important to emphasize here that mixed mortar is used for the air column of the above ground structure. Cement mortar is used in underground structure of air column. Let's enjoy it together. The whole air column process of the partition wall in the bath. There are many knowledge points in detailed engineering design. A super detailed analysis of the process from here on my homepage. Recorded in detail, the entire construction process and all the knowledge points. The 41st construction process supports the hanging board. The lower hanging plate is a structural measure of the secondary structure. Steel bars should be installed in the lower hanging plate to enhance its rigidity. The 42nd construction step is to fabricate and construct wooden panels. The pouring port should be reserved above the wooden board for later pouring of concrete. The 43rd construction process direct blasting pillar formwork. The blasting pillar is set at the reserved hole at the entrance door, is to install the entrance door or strengthening measures for fire doors. The 44th construction process is to set up the door opening lintel. The lintel is above the support hole. Important technical measures for walls. The 45th construction process is to set up the wooden roof under the window. Window downward pressing, an important technical measure for installing it's a constraint. The roll of the top free end of a gas. All the above secondary structural construction all should be equipped with to enhance the rigidity of the construction. The 46th construction step. quadratic concrete pouring for related structural measures. After completing this task, the construction of the secondary structure has entered the... Here we go. Let's go learn the next construction process. The 47th construction process, indoor plastering project. The plastering project itself has many processes. So let's hurry up. Take a quick look at the construction of the process bar. I want to learn erasure engineer and fans of detailed processes and technical parameters. You can go to my homepage from the ultra-detailed analysis of this process. The fourth is the construction process of roofing engineering, and there's a lot of process involved in roofing. Here we go. Let's take a look at the sharing of roofing projects together. Process bar. What is the first step in the construction process? It is to make a roof organized drainage system. The first thing to bear the brunt is the installation of the wall. This is our UPVC drain pipe. What is this? What is this? Yeshwiko, this is our Yeshwiko. He went out through the wall, right? Who will he connect with in the future? And our exterior walls. Downspout, right. At this time, the water inlet can be installed. Here we go. You can do the local strengthening of the tube and yin and yang corners. The local reinforcement is used, and the wall designed to fill waterproof lactation points. Inferior angle enhancement. The third construction process. It's polyurethane waterproof coating. Well known. Waterproof coating is basically used for bathroom waterproofing. Then it's for roofing. Is it reasonable to use as a waterproof layer? This time, we're going to go into detail. It's actually only waterproof material characteristic. It is actually only waterproof paint, which is a reaction curing. Has high strength, large elongation, good water resistance and other strong adaptability to base deformation. After he came into contact with solidified on the base surface, form a solid layer. Tough seamless integral anti-film. That polyurethane. What construction scenarios are waterproof coatings suitable for? It can be humid or direct construction on various dry substrates. So polyurethane waterproof coating. There is no problem with roof waterproofing at all. Polyurethane waterproof and good weather resistant. High temperature does not flow. Low temperature irregular. Excellent anti-aging properties. Oil resistant and wear resistant. Ozone resistance, acid and alkali corrosion. More importantly, the polyurethane waterproof coating is dense. Waterproof layer intact. No cracks. No pinholes. Bubble-free water vapor permeability coefficient is small. It has both waterproof function and interval function. And here's the amazing thing. It is self-healing and waterproof for a very long time. Cracks smaller than 0.4 millimeters can repair themselves. After the first waterproof and fully cured, you can do the second polyurethane pass. Waterproof construction. Be sure to paint evenly. At this time, some fans raised questions. Why build it twice? It is to ensure the thickness and uniformity of the coating, thereby improving the adhesion of the coating, durability and water resistance. The second waterproof coating can fill tiny gaps. Enhanced water resistance. Only the total thickness of the waterproof coating. It should be controlled above 1.5 millimeters. Next, you can build the roof to find the broken layer. Foam cement is used to find the broken layer of the roof. What are the characteristics of foam cement? After the quality is clean, it can also be kept warm. Broken sound insulation, waterproof and fireproof performance is relatively balanced. Foam cement. What is it? It foams the foaming agent evenly through a foaming machine. Then mix evenly with our cement. Then pump it to the roof through us. Then find a broken maintenance molding. The next step is to install the roof exhaust system. After slotting is completed, you can bury the exhaust pipe, the place where the exhaust pipe intersects with the exhaust pipe, to form an effective connection, to ensure that the entire exhaust system forms a whole. At this time, three-way pipe fittings will be used. Now, a lot of fans have asked questions. Why are you looking for slopes on the roof? What about setting up the exhaust pipe? Find the slope on the roof. The main purpose of setting up the exhaust pipe. It is to solve the thermal insulation and the problem of moisture discharge in the slope-seeking layer. This prevents the roof from bubbling, cracking and leakage. At this time, it's time for the exhaust, a crucial construction process. It is to install the exhaust pipe. This is the key material to ensure that excess water is discharged. Now we're going to put an elbow on the end. Does anyone know why this elbow is added? Then, after we finish the exhaust pipe, what kind of work should I? Let's do this. Let's find the sidewall and the leveling layer. What material is the leveling layer? A cement mortar has cement mortar. Leveling cement mortar. Then why do you need to make cement mortar? What about the flat layer? Because we are going to waterproof next. Right. We also need to waterproof the roof. Right. What material is our waterproof? SYBS modified asphalt waterproof cutting to layers of 3/4. Right. When waterproof, let me explain to you the relevant knowledge points of waterproofing. But there were questions. Say, why can't it be waterproof and do it directly? Right. Why? Because our base plate is waterproof. Because our base plate is waterproof. It can be laid empty. But our roof waterproofing must be fully sticky. Yes. So, we do not have the conditions for full stickiness. Right. So, we're going to make one. So, we're going to make a cement mortar leveling layer. Let's take a look. What is the average thickness? 3 centimeters. After the average thickness reaches 3 centimeters. Right. In fact, it is waterproof for us. Create a work surface. Yeah, take a look. Let's get a close-up shot. So take a look. After this is done, we can do our SYBS on this surface. Modified asphalt waterproof membrane. This is our cement mortar leveling layer. It's sitting on our foam cement. Right. After the leveling layer is poured, it needs to be polished. After the leveling layer is completed, it can be water. First, spray the edge bottom free. SYBS changed its surname. Waterproof membrane construction. The first thing to do is to treat the water outlet. After dealing with the leak, you can make an additional layer of yin and yang corner. You know the yin and yang horn. What is the width of the additional layer? What is the paving width of the plane elevation? The first thing I want to tell you is, additional layer coil width is 500 millimeters. The plane elevations are 250 millimeters each. At this time, some fans raised questions again. Why do yin and yang corners need additional layers? And you know why. Then everyone knows that after the waterproof additional layer is complete, what to do? It's time to lay the roof flat roll. Roof plane coil paving. It's still a hot fleece room. Different from the garage base plate can take empty shop. Just make sure that the overlap part is full. Roof coil construction. No matter which part needs to be full of steel. Now this is another big point of knowledge. That is, the coil paving should be in the direction of. That's the roll near the ridge. It should be placed on the coil near the water outlet. This also determines coil paving of roof plane should be along the length, spread from the bottom, gradually move towards the roof ridge. So that we start at the ridge. A roll needs a roll. There is no way to leak water. At this time, some fans will ask, how many layers are there in total for our roofing waterproof? The first thing I want to tell you is we are first-class waterproof. 3+ for 2 to fortification. Layer for millimeters. 1 layer of 3 millimeters. Now, a very controversial point has arisen. The 4 millimeters one should be constructed or build the 3 millimeters first. Everyone should observe carefully. Second waterproof paving position. His lap seams should completely avoid the first waterproof seams. The second pass of waterproof membrane. Do you work from low to high? One-time paving construction to the roof ridge. Next, we can do the clear water experiment. The water storage depth must be guaranteed. Cover all coil datums. After the water storage time reaches 24, you can put water. Roof waterproof protective layer construction. The waterproof cover is made of diluted concrete. Make sure the middle is twice high. This way, the rain can be quickly discharged through the leak roof to ensure that the roof does not accumulate water. So, let's go back inside. Continue to learn other processes. 49th construction step: installation of indoor drainage system. The indoor drainage system is also divided into many processes. On my homepage, the water collection and ultra-detailed analysis. '50th construction step: installation of indoor water accumulation system. The 51st construction process installs the bed. '52nd construction step: exterior wall real stone paint decoration project. The exterior wall decoration project is it's about waterproofing, leveling insulation, 19 to the construction process. Fans who are interested in learning can go to my homepage. Super detailed analysis. So let's go indoors, learn the other two construction processes. The 53rd construction process, installation of protective railings. The 54th construction process installs the entrance door. The 55th construction step installs solar panels. After having it, there will always be hot water in the house. What I want to explain to you here is, this project has 370 to construction process. For example, there are also construction process of indoor ceiling leveling, construction process of indoor floor heating, construction process of indoor balcony bathroom waterproofing. There are super detailed analysis videos on my homepage. Another example is exterior wall decoration projects, and in fact, each has dozens of construction processes. There are also detailed videos on my homepage. Then you can clean it up and hand it over to the owner. That's when we feel most fulfilled. This video took 4 years to record. Here it is, dedicated to the ordinary, but great you in front of the screen. May your life be innovative and radical. All the lights will always have a stone shining for you.